and welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I've been sharing my weight loss journey here on YouTube since April of 2020. In August of 2022, I had a bariatric surgical procedure called vertical sleeve gastrectomy, or VSG for short. And since then, I've lost a grand total of 120 to 125 pounds, just depending on the day. I continue to share all of the things that I learn about my bariatric surgical journey, even now that I'm about 2 years post-op. Recently, a video I created called 10 Things I Wish I Knew Before Bariatric Surgery went pretty crazy, and a lot of my newer subscribers probably are here from that video. Well, I've given it a lot of thought, and I actually thought of 5 other things that I didn't include in that video that I'm going to be sharing with you today. If you find this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you went ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really does help me and help the channel a lot. I actually have a goal of reaching 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2024, and I cannot do that without your help. So please continue to like, comment, and share my videos. It really does help a ton, and I super duper appreciate it. Oh, and in case you didn't know, I also have a channel membership. If you hit the join button, that's right where the subscribe button should be, you'll get access to my videos earlier. I also do occasional live streams where we talk about different weight loss related topics. And I also release quarterly weight loss journal pages. I'm waiting for a few more members so that I can kick up the live stream. So if you've been thinking about it, now's a great time because we are just about to ramp up and kick those live streams off. So I hope you'll check it out. There should be a membership level that's appropriate for everybody at any budget. All right, let's get into today's topic. So today we're talking about 5 more things that I wish I had known before bariatric surgery. Now, it's not to say that this would have changed my mind about having surgery. None of these things really would do that, but they are things I would have given a lot more thought if I knew them sooner. So number 5 on this list of 5 more things I wish I knew before weight loss surgery would be that the skills you learn in your first year post-op are the skills that you are going to need for life. I'm talking eating smaller portion sizes, focusing on your protein, and drinking plenty of water. There will come a time in your weight loss surgery journey where you are able to eat more, but if you've really mastered the skills of eating smaller portion sizes and really listening to your hunger cues, you'll be set up so that you're not overdoing it when you are able to eat more. This is something I wish I knew beforehand. I think I had in my mind that the restriction would be really, really tight just forever, and that is just simply not the case. It may be for some people, but it hasn't been for me. Next on this list of 5 more things I wish I knew before bariatric surgery is that there are just some things you are never going to eat again. Yes, it's sad. It may be your favorite foods. For me personally, it's really pasta. I can only have maybe 2 or 3 noodles. Otherwise, it just really makes me feel ill. Now again, I think this varies from person to person. There are some people who can eat anything, and there are some people who just have to eliminate certain things based on their bariatric surgery. But I wish I would have known that I was going to be giving up these foods forever. I think I've seen plenty of people who were like, yeah, I can eat whatever, I just have to eat small portions. And there are just some foods that just no longer sit well with me. I've talked about this in other videos before, but pasta and rice are really the 2 big ones that I have pretty much at this point, for the most part, given up completely, or only have very, 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 very rarely because they just don't make me feel well. Next up is one that still really amuses me even after all this time, and that is that people really, really like to comment on what you're eating after you've had weight loss surgery. I mean, the weirdest comments too. You'll get things that I kind of expected where it was like, oh, are you supposed to be eating that? But then, like, I'll have the tiniest amount of food and somebody will be like, you can eat all of that? And I like, yes. I don't know what people's perceptions are of how much or what you can eat after weight loss surgery, but that's another thing that varies from person to person. And as you know, I mentioned it in the last video, people sure do have their opinions, but the food commentary is by far some of the most amusing. I've had people surprised that I can eat half of a quesadilla. I've had other people surprised that I can eat a sandwich. It's just really, really funny how often people have some kind of commentary on either what or how much you're eating. Next up, and this is a big one, is adjusting to your smaller body can be really hard, and in fact, harder than it seems like it should be. I think that's one of the most challenging things that I've dealt with along this entire bariatric surgical journey. There are just going to be some days where you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, who is this person? Or you'll still feel like you're in your larger body. It's a really, really weird feeling, and it takes quite some time for up here to catch up with what is going on here. There are still some days where I will look at myself and I'm just like, I don't know what the correct term is for it. I guess you could say it's body dysmorphia, but that just sounds so clinical. But really, it's hard to understand. You know, I'll see somebody else and not comparing myself, but I'll be like, wow, she's so tiny. And then I have people who describe me as tiny now, and that's just so weird to me because I have not yet looked at myself and thought that I looked tiny, but yet people have literally described me that way. So it's really, you can see where I'm kind of going here. It's really like a little bit of a mind trip. And last but not least, and I actually think this is probably the most important thing that I could share with anybody who's either getting ready for a bariatric surgical journey or is just starting on one, is that it will take some time for your loved ones, the people that surround you, to catch up to all the changes that you are going through. Just as it's difficult for us to get used to all of the changes as well, it's just as challenging for our friends and family members to get used to these changes too. It's going to require a lot of patience, and don't ever be afraid of explaining the surgery and how it changes you to your family and friends. There are still lots of times where, you know, we'll be choosing where to go out for dinner, and it's hard for me to explain that it doesn't matter that much to me because I'm going to have to adjust what I eat anyway. That's just a little example. Some of the bigger ones are when you unconsciously make a comment about, you know, yourself or what you're eating, and your family members just look at you and they're like, huh, what do you mean? The important thing is to have love and patience for your family members as they get used to your newer, healthier lifestyle as well. And this can be easier said than done, but don't fret if it's a little stressful at times as you're trying to make these changes and support your bariatric surgical efforts. It'll all be worth it, and eventually everybody will be on the same page and they'll understand, and they'll be like, oh, let me give you a smaller piece of that, or, oh, I want to go for a walk with you. There's just, you know, lots of things that your family will need to adjust to, but hopefully it's for the positive for everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything that you would add to the long, long list of things you wish you knew before you had bariatric surgery, go ahead and leave a comment below. Let the new subscribers and people who are new to a bariatric surgical journey know what they can expect, what they should not expect, and feel free to chime in with your opinions on any of the things that I mentioned today. I appreciate you so much for watching this video, and until next time, I'll see you real soon. Bye!